All right, good afternoon, guys. It is the 5th of August, Saturday. I got another video I'm getting ready to put out. If you guys can handle it, I just want to make something clear. I am not looking for friends. I'm not looking for a support group. I'm not looking to fall in any kind of category. I don't need any kind of organization to belong to. I don't need anything or anybody outside myself. The only thing, if anything, that I would hope to find is other critical thinking people who are courageous and not afraid to use their common sense and say what's on their mind and think through things. That's it. That's it. I don't care to belong to any kind of organization, any kind of group, any kind of anything. I don't need anybody to back me up to make me feel better about what I think or what I know. Period. It's that simple. And you guys should be the same way. The only reason you would require or want those things is because of the slavery and groupthink we've been accustomed to our whole lives. For me, it's as simple as if I see something that doesn't make sense, if I see something that doesn't add up, I'm going to fucking say it. I'm going to point it out. All these videos where I'm taking snippets of other people's videos and just giving you guys a hint of things, I don't even need this information. I don't need none of it. None of it. I am an extremely critical thinker. I am extremely tied into my common sense. I buck authority. I don't give a fuck what authority says. In fact, when authority tells me something, it helps me out because I'm obviously looking at the complete 180, and that's my answer. So yeah, I don't need any information. I don't need to go read books. I don't need to go do research. None of it. We were born completely 100% whole with all the empathy, knowledge, everything we need, guys. Everything. All this book learning, all this going outside yourselves to find verification and proof of things, all of this comes from ego. All of this comes from being separated from your true, authentic, completely knowing self. That's all it is. That is why any subject that you want to get into, there is equal amounts of information to go the other way. And that's like that for everything. Everything in this superfluous illusion that we live in, this 3D hellhole matrix that they've got us trapped in, is all superfluous, which means overly abundant, overly burdened with extra information to keep you spinning in circles and not knowing which end is up. Guys, we only live for a certain period of time. You can literally take one fucking subject and become such an expert in it that you will spend your whole life till the day you die verifying and getting proof to prove your points. That's how this matrix works. It's a paradox. It's paradoxical. You will drive yourself crazy. And just to give you guys an example, listen, for 2 years, every government in the world, in the whole entire world, locked down their citizens at the same fucking time, on the same fucking day, guys. This is all by design. You guys think that there's independent countries and everybody's operating independent and the Russians do their thing and the Chinese do theirs and Americans do. No, guys, this is all controlled opposition. It's all problem, reaction, solution. This shit was hijacked so long ago. All your history was written by the winners. Everything you think you know is just bullshit propaganda that's been shoved into your brain and programmed into you since the day you were born. So what you need to do is you need to take a step back, get away from all these experts that you worship, and start thinking critically and thinking for yourself. So going back to the fact that every government in the world for 2 years locked down their citizens and muzzled them, okay? They put a muzzle. This doesn't prevent any kind of small particle entering it. Not at all. Not at all. That's a joke. It's making fun of your intelligence by saying that. This was a muzzle. They locked you down and they muzzled you because they wanted us divided. They didn't want us talking. They didn't want us sharing. They wanted us so captivated in fear and waiting for their next dictate to come down for us to know what to do. And that's what they did. It's that simple, guys. And then they brought up all these experts, okay? The experts that they chose, because there are more experts in this world that went against this horse shit. It's just they were completely censored. But they brought up all their stupid experts that supported this and towed the line to get you guys to say, oh, well, the experts told me that it works. They told me that I need to get the Jimmy Jam and fucking take the poison. Do you know that myocarditis in teenagers has gone through the roof, guys? Deaths by unknown causes have gone through the roof. So, and it's all tied back to the Jimmy Jam, to the fucking poisonous, that shit that the experimental poison they were putting in your all's veins, which wasn't even experimental. They already knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. This is how controlled you guys are. You guys are like lemmings following each other off the cliff. And the reason I'm showing you these little snippets of these videos is to get you to start thinking. It's to get your brain working. It's not so that way you can go find other experts and go down other rabbit holes of fucking knowledge and spend the rest of your life, you know, in conspiracy theories and woo-hoo-hoo, look what I figured out. Look what I found out today. No. This is all about just striking that match in the deep recesses of your mind where you've got cobwebs and you haven't allowed a critical thought to cross your brain because you let these experts and all these governments think for you. Guys, do you know the word government comes from the two Latin words, goober, G-U-B-E-R, goober. It means to control. And mente, M-E-N-T-E, the mind. Government literally comes from the Latin word goober mente, which means to control the mind. They literally put this shit in your face, but they've got you guys so propagandized, so lost in the sauce, so hooked up to the fucking download that you guys, it doesn't matter. They can tell you anything. They can tell you right to your face, yeah, we're abusing the fuck out of you, and you guys will be like, hey, okay, what do we do next? You guys need to start thinking for yourselves. That's all these videos are. I am not sharing this stuff so that way you guys can go get lost in rabbit holes and tell your friends, ooh, look at all this cool information. That is not it, guys. It is to get you to start critically thinking. Then it is to get you to become courageous and align your thoughts, your words, your emotions, and your fucking actions. That's all this is for. That's it. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm just exposing this corruption. I'm exposing the propaganda. I'm exposing the fucking facts that are right in front of you that you guys can't see because you're so blinded. You're so blinded by your willful obedience to authority figures outside of yourself. You have handed over your authority to a bunch of abusive tyrants that are completely manipulating and taking advantage of you. It's that simple. And I'm about to put out a video. I just did another writing, and I'm about to put out another video after this one. And you guys need to man up and stomach this shit. Because all I'm trying to get you to do is remember. I'm trying to get you to remember what and who your authentic self is. Not the programmed ego that was called up because of all the abuse that was called up by your mind to be able to handle all these abusive systems of governance. No. That we are shedding the ego. We are crushing that son of a bitch. We have no room for the ego. The ego is the thing that has dug this hole so deep that we find ourselves in. We are climbing out, but the ego is not going to climb out of this fucking thing. You need to get rid of the ego. You need to call your spirit back up, apologize, let that motherfucker come in and take control. Because he's going to make all the right decisions because he knows everything. He doesn't need to be taught a damn thing. You just need to remember, you need to shed your programming because there's not room for your spirit and all that programming in the same avatar. Either you're running off your spirit or you're running off your programming, your egos, your alters, your self-righteousness, your defense mechanisms. It's one or the other, guys. You can't keep towing the line and going, ooh, well, now I'm over here. Ooh, now I'm over there. Ooh. Now I'm over here. Because what that makes you is a hypocrite. What that makes you is a self-righteous asshole. What that makes you is a proponent that is perpetuating the abuse and the toxic systems of slavery we live under. It's that simple. If you are not critically thinking and thinking for yourselves and using your own faculty of reasoning in your mind to come to conclusions and then act on these things, then it doesn't matter what knowledge you have. You can watch all these videos. You can go learn all this shit. You can go learn and have proof that we have been completely bamboozled about everything, that we are completely enslaved in every way. What good is that going to do if you're still participating? So this is a call to action. This is a call to be courageous. This is a call. Look, guys, you are the strongest, most powerful thing on earth. And I will prove it to you. It is this simple. Everything and everyone since the day you were born has tried to tell you that you are nothing and that you need them or something else outside of yourself in order to survive and thrive. Yet, all of these things want your obedience and worship. Guys, this is called an abusive situation. This is how abusers manipulate and control their prey, is by breaking them down, telling them they're nothing, but at the same time requiring their compliance, worship, and obedience. It's that simple. It's not a difficult thing to understand. What makes it difficult to understand is that you guys are still operating out of ego, and your ego will not allow this truth to come out because the ego was called up at birth or right after birth, when your abusive parents were trying to teach you how to eat, sleep, shit, and fucking breathe. So you had to call up your ego as a defense mechanism in these toxic environments because your soul could not handle it. We are completely empathic and whole beings when we are born. But we were not meant to be brought into these toxic constructs. These are all constructs of slavery. And so what we did is our brain called up the ego, and depending on how bad our abuse has been and the programming has been in our lives, many altars. And these altars in this ego are the ones who are loving and thriving in this shit because that's how they get off. That's how they enjoy this life. That's what they were made to do, was to bamboozle the mind to think that everything's okay and yeah, let's just do what we have to do for survival. They were there because your brain literally couldn't have handled and probably would have shut down. You probably would have just passed, biologically just passed away if we did not have those survival mechanisms in the brain that kicked in, because see, we were too little. When we got put in those fight or flight situations, it becomes all about survival. We were too small. We were little babies. We couldn't even move. We're like, ah. So our brain had to create that ego, guys. So all I'm trying to do is help you guys remember. That's it. I'm not teaching. I'm not preaching. I'm not learning you something that you don't know already. By exposing you to these snippets of videos and then I talk over them, is that way I can break down that you guys aren't just mindlessly, okay, let me watch this video, let me go into alpha brain waves, let me turn off all my critical thinking and see what I can learn. No, that's not the point. That's completely 100%, 180 of what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to instill knowledge into you. I'm trying to bring out that natural knowing and being that you already are. You have to crush your ego. You have to quit that stupid shit, that self-righteous, endless pursuit of knowledge that's going to keep you trapped and running in circles your whole life, stuck in rabbit holes that are just never ending. But anyways, it's up to you guys what you want to do with this information. That's why I'm here. That's the only reason I'm doing what I'm doing, is to pull you guys out of your zombie mind mode of not thinking and just following along with whoever can speak better and sell you better on their bullshit. So yeah, I will be posting a video right after this one, and it's not going to be easy to listen to. I'll warn you of that. It's going to be 100% just truth and sparking that soul, sparking that fire deep down inside you, sparking that courage, sparking that, yeah, reminding you how strong you guys are, how fucking unbelievably powerful you are. It's going to be sparking that authenticity inside of you. It's going to be sparking that thing that says, fuck, man, why have I been blindly following all these other idiots along my whole life? So, get ready. Man up. Be prepared. Be courageous. Actually listen to this video I'm about to put up. I'll probably name it, what am I going to name it? What It Means to Be Human. That video will be called What It Means to Be Human.